You remember when they were saying I had created a secret army? They were writing about it. Museveni has created a secret army. But I could see the danger. So that's how when Muhoozi finished A level, so I told Muhoozi, you get your friends from A level, go to Kasenya and train as LDUs. That's how they started, because I wanted them to pick interest and come and help us. But we were given that time by some of the officers from other armies, like General Katumba, who had been in UNLA, and others. They helped to keep the army going. But also these intellectuals, IOs, PCs, whom we converted into command roles. Because this is how we have been recruiting. That's how we recruited, networked with the Kategayas, who were my group, then worked with the Nabuderes, who were older than us, and Changomacho, and Vidan Sari, and Kinto Musoki. We always go in groups. Then below us we had the Amama Mbabazi and Otafire and those groups. Then below them, like the Ivans. This is how we always build the link with the new generations. It is this ideological menu that we are serving our trainees in the Fronasa camps in the 1970s. At that time, our recruits were mainly peasants or secondary school leavers. These are the people we trained at Montepuez in Mozambique in 1976-78. However, following our crossing the Kagera River, along with the Tanzanian army on the 11th of February, 1979, we started recruiting university graduates, such as El Tumwine and others that time. In addition to the school leavers, in the second half of 1981, the NRA had a fresh intake of new university graduates, Aronda, Tumukunde Henry, Kasura, people like Sande Mukuru, Bario Barije, Ndebarema. What happened to Ndebarema? Was he not a university graduate? Yes, Ndebarema, I don't know what happened to him. So, this is the group we are talking about now. They came, because I left to go to look for arms on the 6th of June, 1981. I came, they had not come. These people had not come. But when I came back on the 10th of December, they had come. This group of Aronda, that group had come. On account of education and ability to write and read, this was a very big addition, because many of our recruits were peasants. They could not read, they could not write, but they could pick a bunduki. But then we had a problem. Some of the jobs need reading, need writing. Moreover, writing in English, Banange. So we are really stuck. On account of education and ability to write and read, they helped us to man the intelligence departments. Because intelligence, how will you have an intelligence department if you don't have records, if you don't write, if you don't read, if you only word of mouth, I saw, then no record you manage. to man the intelligence departments and being political commissars, because commissars also needed reading, writing. The combat commanders were mainly the secondary school leavers and the peasants. Pecos Kutesa, like if you take the group which attacked Kampala, they had groups who were calling battalions, but actually they were brigades. They were big groups, like the ones who attacked Kampala, Pecos Kutesa and Fred Mugisha, 1st Battalion, Patrick Lumumba, 3rd Battalion, Stephen Kashaka, 5th Battalion, Chargonza, 7th Battalion, Julius Chanda, 9th Battalion, Chef Ali, 11th Battalion, Ivan Koreta, I saw him there, 13th Battalion, 15th Battalion, Samson Mande, 17th Battalion, Adam Waswa, the one who went to Rwanda, 19th Battalion, Peter Kerim, 21 Battalion, which I left in Kasese, Bernard Tumukunde. None of this was a university graduate. But the only one who was involved here was, at a high level, was Tinyefuza in the West, not commanding a grouping. These were the commanders of the brigades that assaulted Kampala starting on the 17th of January. The only university graduate in command that time was Tinyefuza on the Western Axis, commanding forces that included the 19th Battalion or Brigade of Peter Kerim at Viso. The graduates were jokingly called intellectuals. There was some tension between the graduates and the other people. They were jokingly called intellectuals. Those intellectuals, on account of better discipline, because they were more disciplined, more disciplined, came to save the army. When many of the combat commanders died from natural causes, not from combat, but from given the training we had given them. Now, but when we took over power, these intelligence officers, like Aronda, intelligence officers, they had not led combat missions before. They were intelligence, PCs and political commissars, but in the fighting battalions, like you had, Aronda was in 3rd Battalion, the one of Lumumba. But when we took over government, given the training you had given them when we took over power, under OBC, officers basic course, in Russia, the USA, you heard that Aronda went to Fort Leavenworth. They filled the gaps left by the diseased combat commanders and gave us time for the maturing of the younger officers we deliberately recruited in the 1990s to rebuild the officer corps of the defense forces. Because we were really going into a crisis. Because these commanders who died, they were very, very experienced. Corruption, there was no corruption in NRA. No. In the 5 years we were in Ruero, there was only one case of a boy called Rubari, who killed North Koreans, military people. on Bombo Road. They killed them. So when they killed them, they came as heroes. Oh, we have killed, we have killed. But then later on, I got information that they killed them in order to hide the money they had taken from them. The people had surrendered peacefully, but because they wanted, they had money or things like that, they killed them so that they don't say that these people took money from us. So when we came to know the story, we arrested them. We arrested Rubani. But recently I was checking the story, I was told that no, it was not because of the money only, that but that was the only case of corruption in 5 years. And it seems also it's So those commanders were very good, but many of them died. So, but these intellectuals came in because for them they had a better discipline to take command as we trained the newer people like this, the CDF now, General Muhoozi, many others. That group of General Muhoozi, are there some who are here? Who are here now? Stand up and we see you. Oh, Namanya. Is it Namanya his name? What is his name? Oh, the Kamijira. Oh, and the other one? Kambere. You are, these are also intellectuals, but, and this one here? Keita, yes, Keita. Now, there are quite many. So, we have to, you remember when they were saying I had created a secret army? They were writing about it. Museveni has created a secret army. But I could see the danger. So that's how when I was finished A level, because this is how we have been recruiting. That's how we recruited, we worked with, networked with the Kategayas, who were my group, then worked with the Nabuderes, who were older than us, and Changomacho, and Vidanda Sari, and Kintu Musoki. We always go in groups. Then below us, we had the Amama Mbabazi, and Otafire, and those groups. Below them, like the Ivans. This is how we always build the link with the new generations. So I told Muhoozi, you get your friends from A level, go to Kasenya and train as LDUs. That's how they started, because I wanted them to pick interest and come and help us. But we were given that time by some of the officers from other armies, like General Katumba, who had been in UNLA, and others. They helped to keep the army going. But also these intellectuals, IOs, PCs, whom we converted into command roles. The new officers had better opportunities to develop organically, because now we had power, we had money, we had links. So these new groups, like the group of Muhoozi, could develop now organically, because the other time we were patching, going here, going there. You get a chance in Mozambique, then you get another one here. We train them in Kasambia. Kasambia, there's a forest who are training our people. But now, these new ones could train in proper facilities. The new officers had better opportunities to develop organically, level by level, because of the facilities in the country and also abroad. The officer could advance level by level, officer cadet, platoon commander's course, staff college, NDC, National Defense College, professional courses, etc. In the recruitments we carried out, when already in government, we got a lot of A-level school leavers and graduates who learn quickly. When the French trainers came to help us build our mountain division, I remember them remarking to me about how our officers were learning quickly.